I wasn't supposed to be there that night. It wasn't a strict rule, not officially at least. It was just something everyone knew. The building closed at 11, and once the doors were locked, no one was supposed to stay inside. But sometimes people did. As long as you finished up quickly and didn't make noise, nobody really cared. That's what I told myself when I stayed late. I worked cleaning offices in a large commercial building downtown. Most nights were routine. Empty floors, quiet hallways, the same rooms in the same order. I liked working alone. It was calm, predictable. That night felt no different at first. By the time it was almost 11, most of the lights were already off. I finished the last office on the 3rd floor and checked my phone. I was running behind, but not by much. I figured I'd be out in 15 minutes. The elevators were already shut down for the night, so I took the stairs. That's when I noticed how quiet the building really was. Not the normal quiet. Not the kind you expect after business hours. This was different. It felt heavy. Like the air itself was waiting for something. I told myself I was just tired. As I worked my way down to the 2nd floor, I heard a sound that made me stop in place. Footsteps. They were faint, but clear enough to recognize. Slow, steady, coming from somewhere below me. I froze, listening. The steps stopped. I stood there for a full minute, not moving, barely breathing. Eventually, I convinced myself it was just the building settling. Old structures make noise. I'd heard that explanation 100 times. I kept going. On the 2nd floor, one of the hallway lights flickered as I passed underneath it. I remember thinking how strange it was that the light was even on. Most nights, the entire floor was dark by that hour. I finished cleaning the last office and headed back toward the stairwell. That's when I saw something I wasn't expecting. The door to the 1st floor stairwell was open. I knew it shouldn't have been. The security staff always locked those doors once the building closed. Always. I stood there staring at it, trying to decide what to do. Part of me wanted to leave immediately. Another part of me didn't want to seem paranoid over something that probably had a simple explanation. I chose the second option. As I started down the stairs, I felt that familiar sensation crawl up my spine. The one that tells you someone is nearby, even when you can't see them. Halfway down, I heard breathing. Not loud, not exaggerated. Just slow, steady breaths coming from somewhere below. I stopped. The breathing stopped too. I didn't call out. I didn't move. I just stood there in the stairwell, holding my breath, waiting for something, anything to happen. After a few seconds, I heard footsteps again. This time, they were moving away. I waited until everything went completely silent before continuing down the stairs. When I reached the 1st floor, the hallway was empty. The front doors were locked, just like they were supposed to be. I left the building through the employee exit and went straight home. The next morning, I told my supervisor what happened. He didn't laugh. He didn't question me. He just looked uncomfortable. Then he told me something I still think about. He said the rule about leaving by 11 wasn't for security reasons. It wasn't about theft or liability. It was because years ago, someone stayed late, and they were never seen leaving the building. I quit that job a week later. Sometimes, when I walk past that building at night, I look up at the dark windows and think about how quiet it must be inside. And I'm grateful I didn't stay any longer than I did.